At the crack of the dawn, when the wind, cooling warm, gently embraced me through the skin of my body, I knew that it's time for spring again. It is always a standard Sunday morning that my father and I go to the garden just behind my house. My father, a 50 years old man, slightly frail and have a head of pale white hair. You can see deep wrinkles from the side of his eyes, and also the way he walked just reveals his age. When we first go to the garden, it was a very nice place. We just want to escape from the polluted buildings that we all stay within, get back to the nature and get some fresh air. We go to our usual bench just at the entrance of the garden. We will sit down and have a good day and relaxing at the moment. As usual, I'll have my newspaper with me, sitting down there reading my newspaper, while my father on the other side will be sitting here staring blankly into the space, as if he cannot remember anything else. There is always a fantastic tree just beside us, who is strategically located beside our beloved chair, with long branches and a spade-shaped leaves covering us, protecting us from the direct sunlight. We enjoy our time there, where you can see many colorful flowers and also birds chirping in harmony, as if it was their own orchestra there. Everything is fine. We will enjoy our life. Me reading my newspaper and my dad continues staring at blank. It is as if there is an invisible line separating the both of us, although we came to the garden together. I was reading my newspaper and he continuing reflecting all the things that he had. I thought that I would just continue reading and enjoy my morning until a naughty little bird came by. The naughty little bird dropped in the bush in front of us, chipping away. My dad was very simple. He asked, "What is that?" And at one glance, I realized the bird is a brown feathered bird with black circular spots on its wings. I can recognize immediately that it is a sparrow. So I replied to my father, "It's a sparrow." So I could resume reading my newspaper and see everything was fine. Until my dad asked the question again, "What is that?" Then I realized the little naughty bird simply just flew up to the branch just above of us. And of course it's the same bird. I'm pretty annoyed at the moment. I replied to my dad with a sense of annoyance, "A sparrow." So my dad continued to sit down there and staring blank again, until this naughty little bird flew to a metallic water cooler just in front of us, sipping water from the residue left in the water cooler. Without much thought, break the silence again. My father asked again, "What is that?" This is when I get really annoyed, my blood boiling myself, and see there's a temperature measuring my body. I can see that my face turning red. And I replied with anger without thinking much and telling my dad straight into the face, "It's a sparrow! Sparrow! Sparrow!" All I can see the next moment was something that I regret in my life. I can see my dad at the side of my bench, giving me a sad glance and walk away, gently back to the house and where we belong to. Me, of course, I felt terrible. It is as if the whole cloud became as dark as they could be, and the sorrow blanketed my heart that I never had before. I have my face covering my forehead, as if I have done crime so bad that I regret so often. Not long later, my dad came back with a little red vintage book, passing it to me while I was here. He blew the dust of the red book and opened to a specific page, passing it over to me and asked me, "Son, read this loud." So, because I was so regretted with what I had just done, I followed immediately, without thinking much. 21st February 1995. My son, when he was 3 years old, came to the garden with me, and we sit on a bench that we love. We saw a little bird, and my son asked me, "What is that?" I replied to him, "It's a sparrow." My son asked 21 times in total, which of course would irritate me. But because of the love and affection I have towards my son, I hug him tightly every time that he asks that question and replied gently to him, "It is a sparrow." This is when I start to reflect and think back. There's only one thing in your life that you can never hide, and that's when your heart is crippled. There's something, the best thing in the world is actually something that you can never see or never hear. You can only feel it with your heart. If you don't treasure the moment, that will be your history. So I move on. I really cannot take it anymore. I hug my dad tightly and tell my dad I love you. At the same time, I hide my face just under his arm, still pretending to be strong. So what is the lesson of the day? It's actually very simple. Our parents show us so much love and care when we were young. But when your parents are old, do you still do the same to all of them? Take some time to think about it. What will be your response if you ever be in my shoes? Think about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your touching story.